Hi, I'm Lindsey, and you're listening to Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Scissors beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats scissors, Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
Double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri, hanging out via Zoom with Lindsey. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. This is super cool. I mean, I've been doing this show for like 8.5 years now or something like that. And that's what's fun about doing this is and still continuing to meet new people all the time. So that's okay. We just met just a moment ago, and I love that having this opportunity to sit down and learn a little bit more about you as a human and as an artist, and getting to deep dive into some of these stories and stuff. So,
Yeah.
where you at right now? You were based out of Nashville, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm based out of Nashville right now.
Yeah. Has that always been home, or do you moved there?
No. I'm originally from Texas, and I moved here about a year and a half ago, and I've been here for now.
Yeah. Did you move that way for the music?
Yes and no. My sister moved out here, and she's pretty much my best friend. So I was like, I'm going too.
Yeah.
And wherever I was gonna go, I was gonna do music. But it just happened that Nashville was home now.
Yeah, and they're pretty good at the music stuff down there. So I mean, I know people get on. They they kind of talk about how, and obviously it's country music capital, but there's all sorts of music represented in Nashville, and
Yeah.
so I know like groups like Black Keys and Foo Fighters, and a lot of other like modern rock groups also call Nashville home. So it's there's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of artists down there trying to make it and trying to hustle and get their songs heard. So
Yeah, it's definitely really cool.
yeah, but I guess so. Tell me a little bit more. Like I said, this was what's fun about this, having this opportunity to get to know a little bit more about you. What about growing up? Like you said, it was started in Texas, and so, but I guess tell me a little bit more about your childhood and how you got to songwriting. And
Yeah, of course. Growing up, I was always the girl, just really quiet, and I started writing poetry from a really young age, just to kind of figure out what I was feeling and to kind of escape this world where I felt like I didn't really fit in very much. Then, well, my sister got into music. She started playing the guitar, and I started listening to her, and I started turning those poems into music. And I thought, this is kind of something I want to do. And so I left Texas, and I kind of started picking up here in Nashville and kind of kicking it all start.
yeah, what's I mean, and obviously it's there's tons of crossover similarities. There's a lot of songs are just poems to melody, so but
Yeah.
where does it's just that it was that she was playing guitar and you were like wanted to give this a try, the music a try, or what goes into that thought process, like, hey, I think there's something to these poems that could transfer to song lyrics.
Well, I feel like ever since I was little, I always sang in the back of the car, and I always heard about songwriting, and I always thought it was like this certain way to write, um, and then I started like thinking about how I write and thought it'd be really cool to like turn it into something where I could turn words from written into music and kind of create its own little world that kind of draw people in with the melodies and just the different nuances of sounds. I thought that was really interesting to me. But yeah,
What kind of stuff were you singing in the car?
singing in the car,
Yeah.
a lot of Adele, a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of Evanescence, and um, like Daughtry.
Oh, yeah. So you always been heavily influenced by the rock music. But
Yeah, I think so. It's always just something that I found I always gravitated towards. But I mean, I tend to listen to everything, which is really cool because I can now be able to take little pieces of the things that I love, like musically, and
mhm.
I kind of like blended it together and kind of create my own little lane, instead of just like picking rock or picking indie or something like that, but kind of
Yeah,
incorporating all of the sounds together.
sure.
Um, that's always been super cool and interesting to me to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean that's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where if it's radio more that pushes that or that started that, or I don't know really why so many people had to feel like they had to be defined by a certain title or in a fit inside this nice box that we can market
Yeah.
to radio and stuff. But I agree. I think there's no reason for that. There's if you have a rock song on your album and a pop song and a country song or whatever, it doesn't, whatever people like, whatever you find that you
Yeah.
are connecting to at that time and put it out there and stuff, like it doesn't, I don't know that it really matters much. But that's how I like a lot of my music. A lot of my record favorite artists put out all kinds of different sounds and stuff. So I agree,
Yeah.
especially as a younger, newer artist and stuff. It's a lot of fun to kind of channel all those different sounds and see what is best defines you as an artist.
Yeah. Cause I feel like every time, like through life, like we always gravitate to sounds wherever we are. So like if you're sad, you listen to sad, you listen to happy music when you're happy. If you want to be scream singing to the car, you listen to some pop music or some heavy metal or something. And I think as I go, I tend to gravitate towards sounds that kind of correspond with how I'm feeling in the state. And that's super interesting because I never, I like how you said that there's always like a box or something of like
Mm-hmm.
labels people put. And I decided from like the beginning of this, I was like, oh, I'm not going to put pressure and condense it to a box, but
Right.
explore everything. But it's still going to be a core sound.
Sure. You mentioned your sister played guitar, and you got a
Mm.
guitar right there behind you. Do you play as well, or?
I'm learning electric. It is very difficult. I am definitely more of a piano girl. It's that one is supernatural to me, but guitar is a little bit different.
Yeah. Did that did that start fairly recently, or with the piano, or or you taking lessons as a kid too?
No, I picked it up, I would say, kind of around the same time I did music. Uh, it all started to, I found that as my like place to escape, and I thought it would be really beneficial to like have an instrument. And so I was kind of playing around with all of it. I picked up guitar, acoustic guitar, and I learned one song, and then I couldn't learn anything else.
Yeah.
And then I had a piano at the time, and so I just popped up YouTube, the little, what is it? It looks like Guitar Hero almost, the little tutorial bar stuff, and I got that super easy. And I was like, okay, I guess this is mine. This is my
Yeah.
instrument.
Does that you hear a lot of talk about that, like the process, and everybody's kind of got a different way about getting there. But does piano help you write? Do you find yourself writing with the piano, or is it more you write by yourself and then figure out what piano parts go to that?
Yeah, no, it's definitely, I'll be walking and I'll hear a melody in my head. It's very much in here, and then I turn it into the music. But most of the time it's me writing. I'll be in the car or something, and I'll have like this feeling like I'm feeling something and I don't know what it is. So I'll get my phone out into the notes and I'll start writing, and it will be like poetry, because that's kind of like how like I said, I can kind of figure out what I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll start like hearing a melody with it. And then I'll bring it to my bandmate and my sister, and we'll kind of like all write together. And then it kind of starts from there. So it's definitely hearing little melodies and then starting with words sometimes. Sometimes it's a melody that I'm humming constantly and I can't figure out the words. And then it finally comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just find that interesting. You know, like I said, everybody has a different way of how music finds them, but I don't know. It's I'm glad it happens. I'm glad people continue to hear those melodies, like you're saying, and put those down into chords and figure it all out and everything. So, but you so I get let's talk about Save Me, which is the single now, and music video available.
I've been down, down, down. I'm turning it around, round, round. Building from the ground, ground, ground. You set me free. And I'm burning, ripping, tearing down. Out of the ashes, I'm no longer bound. Fighting the darkness that tries to invade. I'm lighting a match, now see it fade. You have given me the strength I need to live. Yes, you have come for me, 'cause I couldn't save me. You have changed me. Down, down, I'm turning round, 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 building from the ground, ground, ground. You set me free, and I'm burning, ripping, tearing down. Out of the ashes, I'm no longer bound. Fighting the darkness that tries to invade. I'm lighting a match, now see it fade. You have the strength I need to live. Yes, you have come for me, 'cause I couldn't save me. You have changed me. These demons I'm fighting are trying to even the score. Climbing through broken windows and doors. Dying to put out the fire inside. 'Cause I found out there's no truth in their lies. You have given me the strength I need to live. Yes, you have come for me, 'cause I couldn't save me. You have given me the strength I need to live. Yes, you
You how do we how's this song come about? Like, is this yeah, you said you've been, writing and then figured playing some piano, learning some guitar.
Mhm.
But where do you go? Where do you get the idea? Like, hey, this is it. This is the one I need to take to a recording studio and make it happen.
Yeah. No, I definitely get what you're asking. Save Me was the first song I've actually ever written. Um, I was going through a really dark place in my life, and I didn't know how to ask for help or like speak up or start at any point. And I just leaned heavily into my journal and I started writing, and then like read it to my sister, and she was like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get you help. And I started like therapy and really praying and diving into the word. And I started my healing journey. And so I thought it was very much like the right song to start everything with, because it was the song that really started it all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, I'm guessing it's probably a sense of therapy too, and even writing these songs and
Yeah.
getting some of these thoughts out of your head and everything else, like just being able to express yourself that way. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
something,
absolutely.
something I think about a lot. Like I've been a super fan of a lot of great songwriters over the years. Obviously, it's something that lyrics always speak to me more than instrumentals and stuff. Like I just always connected to lyrics. And but yeah, it's been something I think about a lot in my own, for my own self. I've never been a musician of any sort, or really I did some like writing for school paper back in the day, but it was like so that was that form of creative writing where there wasn't much and I did very little poetry, but I did a little bit of that. And but it's something I think like I think it could be, it seems to be more and more lately like calling me to do something like that. Like so I'm like, well, maybe I need to listen and actually try to apply myself and do something about it. And but I think it would be I've also recently gone through some stuff in my life, and I think maybe that might help to kind of express it through song lyrics, maybe get some of those thoughts out there, some of those stories, and share them with
Yeah.
others. Maybe somebody will connect to it and help them, so that's I think that's the super cool thing about putting it out there in the universe. Maybe somebody else is going to hear this song and need the right time and change their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really cool that you thought that like maybe something being able to create and take that pain and or whatever you may be going through and like turning it into something. I feel like arts in general is a really great way to do that, whether it's like painting, photography, writing music, or whatever it may be. It's a therapeutic outlet altogether, like even good or bad or whatever it is helpful.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know even as a fan, there's been definitely a lot of music that's saved me along the way. So just there's, you find it's really real strange to me that how like sometimes all of a sudden that song will just find you. It's like right when you need it, and it's like so I don't know. It's pretty cool. This music stuff's pretty neat. So you so you got the video available also on YouTube, and so you kind of get to do a little acting in there, get to be a part of it, right?
I did. Yeah, a little bit. I'm very introverted. So when it came to stepping in front of a camera, I was very timid. But I was able to kind of just like stop thinking about the camera and thinking about why this is important. And like how you said, like when it comes to hearing a song and hopefully helping someone. I stopped thinking about me so much and started thinking about what I was doing represented. And walking through the house and standing in the bedroom I recreated from whenever I was going through a really dark place in my life, it felt crazy to be standing there on the other side of it and reflecting. Like, I prayed. Like, I remember looking at my bed and just like, I remember laying in that bed like praying to God that I would make it out of this. And I didn't know if I was, but I was really trying. And then now looking like where I am now, and I did make it on the other side of it, and it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it was super fun to experience like something that was super important and come to like life visually. It's a whole other creation on its own.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the visually it turned out really nice. Like I said, you can go check it out for yourself. But there's definitely a lot of the way the fires and everything, obviously it's lyrics, but the way that you're burning it down, and like it was cool
Yeah.
to see it all come together like that. So
Yeah, the neighbors thought the house was actually on fire because the lighting guys were so
oh
good.
yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we got a call. One of the neighbors thought the house was on fire. And I was like, okay, that's good. Good on you guys, because it does look real.
Yeah.
They're just like light bulbs.
Sure. Yeah. That's funny though. Scaring the neighbors.
Scaring the neighbors.
Yeah. So you got the song out here now. We got and you can follow along with Lindsey on your socials. We got your Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, and this is lindseyofficial.com is the hub for all things, right?
On Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, it's gonna be Lindsey Rocks.
Yeah. All right. And but yeah, you got some merch up there. You got the links all on the website and things. So get out and get involved and support Lindsey. But so what's you getting a pretty nice response from the putting the first single out there? Is this
Yeah. No, it's been really encouraging because people have been coming up to me and telling me their things they've been struggling with and their journey, and hearing their experiences and how they resonated with the song is kind of what this is all about, reaching those people, whether it's one or however many. If I was able to help someone feel less alone, that's all what this is about, Yeah.
Are you for the 2023 now, are you looking to release a couple more new tunes, or are you getting back into the studio, or?
Yeah. So I actually have 4 more songs that I'm going to release this year. They're all under like a branch that I call Out of the Ashes. So it's kind of like how books have like a trilogy, like they keep going, and it's kind of, I wrote throughout my journey of healing and overcoming a lot of my demons. And it's really exciting to be able to start releasing those too, to show like, kind of like, as you said, like the 2023 new year and kind of like the progression of it all. So yeah, I have a few more up my sleeve.
Yeah. When do you think we might hear one of those? Is this like a spring or summer, or what are you thinking for the next release?
Yeah, I'm thinking about those recently. I haven't decided yet, but it's soon.
Yeah. So you were saying is it kind of like a concept then? Is it like that they all kind of go together?
Yeah, it's all kind of have this red line that kind of connects it all, like the cover art that I designed. It all is the same color scheme, same animation work, and as you if you listen to it in order, you can kind of hear like the growth in it. But like I made them so if you listen to one, like you'll be able to, if you like one, you like one,
Yeah.
and be able to kind of resonate with it. So wherever the person is in their healing process is what it kind of was an idea of.
Yeah. And now I meant to ask, but with Save Me also, like in the going forward with the newer songs too, like do you play on these tracks at all? Or are you playing any of the keys or anything on there, or are you just singing and writing these songs?
No, yeah, no, I'm just singing on them. I have a really great producer, Sal. He is playing the keys, and one of them that is going to be coming up is really exciting because it has a lot of those in it, a lot of orchestral sounds to it.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, well maybe yeah, maybe coming up we'll get you playing some of those keys. Are you playing any of these live yet, or is that have you
Not
taken it?
yet. I've been working on live shows, and those are coming up too. So
Yeah. I think that'd be I mean, that's like my favorite stuff right there, getting to do it live in front of an audience and getting that immediate response and reaction.
yeah,
I guess some of my favorite stuff as a fan. I just love going to concerts and being able to connect with some of my favorite artists that way, and see them and get to say hi afterwards, and have the whole experience and stuff. So
yeah.
I think that would be a lot of fun for you to get out there and meet some people and get to share these songs in that way too.
Oh yeah, and I have an idea that I just want to make it feel like an experience. So whenever you come in, you just feel the music around you, and it's something special, which is why I've been taking a little bit just to kind of create that, and not just kind of make it. I want this to be, like I said, an experience. So it took me really cool. I've been working on some sketches.
Nice. Yeah. When you're not songwriting, what else are you passionate about, or find yourself doing in your free time? Do you have
Yeah, free time. I'm working a lot, but I find that I gravitate towards things that make me feel relaxed. So I make jewelry out of beads sometimes. And let's see. I I love poetry, honestly. It's just something, if I don't create it in music, I write, and I'll release like on my TikTok, I'll put like little videos of me like in the park, and then I'll have like the little poem in the corner or something to kind of like express myself. Very much go into this creative outlets on my spare time.
do you think you write every day, or just about?
Yeah, I feel if I feel like I write every day if it's not me saying it in my head or like me putting it down, but I constantly have a stream of something going on.
Is it you mentioned your phone, do you write in your phone mostly, or do you actually carry around a notepad and stuff?
Yeah, I do a little both. On my phone, I usually do that whenever I'm out like running errands or like I'm at work or something. And at home, I tend to pick it up whenever like I'm sleeping, and like I feel like everyone has a thing where like they constantly are thinking in their head, but mine are just like words that are just like, you need to write something down. So like I'll wake up and I'll write it down in my notebook or something.
Yeah. Is there a particular line from any of the poems or songs that you've written so far, like that you just like really impressed yourself with a certain rhyme or anything? Is there anything like you were like just really like, wow, that's a good one, that's the one I just because I don't know, I come up with like there's certain things, like especially like rhyming certain words or certain things like that. Sometimes like it can be, or the way you're able to arrange the words to pull it off and stuff. But I didn't know if that was ever come across your mind, like
Yeah.
you.
I think no, I think I constantly surprise myself that I continue to have things in my head.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, we're still writing poems. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was a thing. And so it's every time it's a shock. I'm like, okay, more poems.
All right. Well, I guess once you I don't know, they say that's a lot of it. I've heard once you get going, like that's it's kind of hard to, it's like a water faucet kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it just keeps going, and then and they say I got a bunch of friends that have actually moved to Nashville for songwriting. Trying to pitch songs to country artists and different things. As it make a career out of it down there. And they say like you got to write like I don't know, 100 or something, bad ones before you start writing good ones or something along those lines. So it's like
Yeah.
this is basically just saying like just keep writing all the time, and like eventually it's like there's going to be some really good stuff coming. So
Yeah. It definitely takes a lot of rough drafts.
yeah, yeah. So what do you said that a lot of these poems, but do you remember some of those early ones? Like do you still think about those, or are there some of those that are never going to see the light of day kind of thing?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that a lot of the early ones I did kind of turn into songs,
Yeah,
which are going to be the ones I'm releasing next. But there are some that I think that are just poems. I don't think they'll
sure.
be music, but like, yeah, some of them will probably be just for me. Because I
Yeah,
mean, you said 100 bad ones, 100 good ones. I mean, I'm sure there's 100 bad ones I've read. So those will not see the light of day. But the ones that are I think that are like actually like a full thought, then yes, I will like post them like on TikTok or on my
yeah,
Instagram or something. Just kind of release it out, and if someone likes it, they like it, but I like it.
sure. I think that's I mean, really, I think that's the case with anything creative. Yeah, and I encourage a lot, even with podcasting. I have a lot of people ask me about, hey, how do I do that? How do I get into podcasting? And I'm like, well, really, just buy a mic and do it. Just it's and I think it's the biggest thing is just people are afraid to put themselves out there. It's like that's one of the biggest hurdles. Is just that first step, being afraid to suck at something new pretty much is what I think. I saw that a meme on Facebook or something one day was like that, like, don't be afraid to suck at something new. And I was like, well, there's a lot of truth to that, just trying to take a chance on something new and giving yourself a chance to fail. And and I think so for me, like when I started this, we had no idea what we were doing. I just started recording my friends and had fun with it and stuff. But if I go back and listen to those now, I'm like, oh geez, like the sound quality, my me as a host and everything else, like it just, you hear all these things I say and the whatever, all the ands and ums and all the other things that, and but again, we all have to start somewhere. So it's like I think that's the biggest thing is the continuing to keep pushing through and until we finally get better at these things. So yeah, I think
Absolutely.
it's cool to hear that one of your first poems ends up making it as one of your first songs, and we're already off to a great start. So I'm excited to hear what the rest of these might sound like coming up soon. So but I got a couple of questions for you, Lindsey. Have fun with these, and they're kind of silly and allow me to kind of get to know you a little better. All right. What about say the day comes along, we have a like a Lindsey action figure or something, come along. What would you like to see as like your 3 accessories to go with your action figure or doll or however you want to, whatever you want to call it?
Okay. Okay. Doc Martens, 100%. I wear them all the time.
Yeah.
You can interchange the laces, different colors. Let's see. Probably a painted leather jacket. I like to paint my leather jackets, so those are cool.
All right.
And let's see. probably some cool like beads or something, like some beaded bracelets that you can just kind of put on.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. What uh what about a is there anything you think you could get into the Guinness Book of World Records for?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. There's yeah, it's pretty remarkable what's how many things people have, how many
Yeah.
different world records there are, but yeah, I don't know that there's one I'd be able to break though. All right, what about a dream duet or collaboration? Is there somebody that you've always admired that you would love to work with? That you think about?
Yeah. Probably either Evanescence or Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much what I listened to ever since I was little. So that'd be incredible.
Yeah. You ever get to meet any of them at all? Or
No, I went to a concert when I was a senior in high school for Evanescence when she decided to come back, like a comeback tour kind of thing.
Mhm.
And that was insane. Everyone was just like, I think they were just really like astonished by her vocals. Like it's crazy live.
Yeah. 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 Amy's she's got a big old voice for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine just post the other day, something, the whole people say things like, don't meet your heroes or, those kind of things like that. But she met Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm and had a great time with her. Like, so, just such a cool person, had all these nice things to say about it, and how grateful she was for her time and experience meeting her and everything. And and I'm just like, that's the cool part about it, when you do get to meet some of these people and they're just as cool as you would imagine they would be, like with that dude.
Yeah.
So that's I met Gary Clark Jr. One night at the pageant, and that was the case for me. Like, I wouldn't say he's necessarily one of my heroes, but I'm a huge fan, and he just seemed like he's, the way he presented himself, like he just super down to earth, real chill and cool guy. And we got to meet him back behind the venue and sign some poster for me and stuff. But he was just like, everything you thought he was. Like, it was just a cool moment. I feel like I'm saying cool a lot, but it was he's, so
Okay.
I don't know. Those are nice nights when that happens. Like I said, when these people are everything you imagine they would be.
Yeah.
So,
that is very cool.
so maybe you'll meet. Maybe you get that chance to hang with Evanescence one day.
Maybe.
Or Kelly Clarkson. She's another just a powerhouse, that's for sure. She's even, I guess, did you start with her on American Idol, or did you or did you discover her stuff later on? Or
I don't really know exactly. I did watch her stuff on American Idol, but I can't remember if it was just like I've seen clips of it or not. I don't know. I heard her all the time. Like, that's something that me and my sisters always listened to. Her and like Avril Lavigne and stuff.
Yeah. I like that she's also like just seems like so much fun. You watch her now, she's got her own talk show and stuff.
Yeah.
And we've seen her on The Voice and different things too. And it's just like
she covers everyone's stuff.
Yeah. She just seems like she'd be a good time to hang with. And she does a lot of covers. I was like, do you ever get into the karaoke? Do you have like a go-to karaoke song or anything like that a song you like to cover?
I've actually never karaoke'd before in my life.
Yeah.
But I do sing Zombies by the Cranberries. That's pretty much my go-to song. I know like every word from it, so
Yeah.
definitely would be.
Yeah, another great vocal performance for sure. That's I listen to a lot of 90s on 9 in my car, cruising around, and that's I definitely can't sing like that, but it's fun to try, and it's fun to sing along with all those songs. I don't know. Again, I'm not that I can perform it well, but it's fun to. But like I'm big on like a lot of like Swedish pop stuff, like Roxette and Ace of Base, and a lot of these like groups came out in the 90s and stuff. And I don't know, they're just great songs, great pop songs. So they're catchy and they get stuck in my head. And so I don't know, it's just they're fun for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not real big on the karaoke. I've only done it a couple times, but it's I don't know. Done a couple like usually it's something goofy, a goofy 90s song again, like stuff I grew up on, stuff I've been know by heart. So probably some kind of Ice Ice Baby or something from Vanilla Ice or something like that. But
Classic.
yeah, for sure. Do you do you have a song that always gets stuck in your head? Is there something you woke up humming along to this morning or anything like that?
Mm, I usually have whatever I'm working on
Right.
stuck in my head, like whether it's like me playing a cover or something. I recently did a cover of Fleetwood Mac Dreams, and that one's been stuck in my head
Yeah.
ever since. It's been like a few days.
Are you would you ever are you posting those online too? Those
Yeah, I'm in the editing process, like of editing that video. It's probably why it's stuck in my head.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be cool to hear a couple of those your takes on some of these songs like that. So
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's something I'm gonna keep posting probably every week. Just kind of like a cool cover of what I like, because I think that like everyone sings along to everything. So I'm not gonna just sing like my stuff on like my videos on TikTok or something. Just I like taking songs and like kind of making it my own.
sure. Yeah, that's what's some of my favorite stuff is like hearing a different interpretation of these lyrics and the song and getting your own artistic spin on it. So
Yeah.
I think that's the best stuff. I've never really understood why some people cover songs and they sound exactly the same. It's like, well, I can listen to the original for that. It's like it's fun to hear what you sound like singing it. So, but yeah, you can find again all that follow along with Lindsey on your Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and check out the website. This is lindseyofficial.com, right?
Yes, sir.
And then, yeah, like I said, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hopefully we'll get some more videos up there soon, some more songs coming soon. And but yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I'm really glad we get a chance to meet and talk, and maybe we can link up when you got some of the new songs ready to go, and talk about some of those, share some new songs out there.
Sounds great.
But I appreciate your time today, and I maybe if you ever maybe you get out there on the road touring, come through St. Louis, maybe we can meet up, or I'll look you up when I make it to Nashville next time or something. So see if I can catch a show down there.
Sounds good.
Well, cool, Lindsey. Thank you, and hope you have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye, everyone.